The movie begins with a robbery already underway, inside a heavily guarded racetrack count room. The entire operation is controlled by a professional thief named Parker, along with his close partner Philly Webb and his crew. Parker is a highly skilled thief known for being calm, precise, and disciplined. He takes time to reason with the count room supervisor, making it clear that resisting would only get him hurt.
You know we need you alive.
Understanding the situation, the supervisor hands over the safe key to Parker, and his crew quickly moves in and fills their bags with cash. Just then, a man with serious debts arrives outside with his wife and child. He is desperate for money and hopes to borrow some from the robbers. However, he immediately notices suspicious vehicles parked near the building. Sensing danger, the man tells his family to stay in the car while he checks inside. The moment he looks through the door, he realizes a robbery is in progress. The man rushes back to his car before his wife can contact the police.
We gotta call 911.
What? No.
Instead of fleeing from there, he chooses a reckless alternative. Armed with a gun, the man decides to steal money from the robbers themselves. When Parker and his crew exit the building carrying the money, the man ambushes them. He opens fire, killing one crew member and seriously injuring another named Philly Webb. In the chaos, the man grabs a bag of cash, jumps into his car, and speeds away. Parker reacts instantly and chases him, firing shots at the fleeing vehicle. But desperate, the man drives wildly and crashes onto the racetrack. His car spins out of control and slams into a barrier, completely wrecked. Parker catches him up and executes the man. Then, he bribes the terrified wife to remain silent. With the stolen money recovered, Parker escapes the racetrack with his surviving crew. Later that night, the remaining members regroup at their hideout to divide the money. One member is dead, and Philly Webb is wounded. Zen, the only woman in the group, treats Philly Webb wounds, while the others count the money. During this tense moment, Zen questions why Parker spared Joe's wife.
What did you say to the woman in the car?
I gave her 10 grand.
Yeah. She kept the money.
Parker explains his strict personal code that Joe's wife was a civilian and off limits. Therefore, innocent people cannot be harmed. While waiting for the final count, Zen announces she is going to shower. Before leaving, she deliberately undresses in front of the men, fully distracting them. However, this distraction is intentional. With everyone caught off guard, including Parker, Zen suddenly pulls out a gun and betrays the entire crew. She methodically kills every member, including Philly Webb. Zen is revealed as a traitor who planned from the beginning to steal the entire cash for herself. Parker tries to fight back and shoot at Zen. In the process, he crashes out of the window and is shot, eventually falling into a river. His survival is uncertain. 2 days have passed, and Parker wakes up in a small roadside motel. Against all odds, he finds himself alive. The bullet did not kill him, and a woman named Madge, who runs the motel, has been caring for him. As his strength returns, Parker thanks her, but refuses to stay hidden.
Really?
Plus extra for the dock and other expenses.
Now, the revenge now drives him, and he leaves the motel, heading straight to the home of Grace Webb, the widow of his close friend Philly Webb. Parker informs Grace Webb that her husband did not die during the racetrack chaos, but was murdered by Zen's betrayal.
There's a woman on this job with us. Her name was Zen. She shot Phil.
He explains that Zen slaughtered the entire crew and escaped with the money. Parker outlines his new objective that he will track Zen down, recover the stolen cash, and then settle the score. He offers Grace Webb her husband's share, explaining that the other crew members left no families behind. Grace Webb rejects the money as she wants only one thing, that Zen must die for what she did to her and her husband.
Kill her for me. Will you do that?
With nothing left to lose, Parker resumes the hunt for Zen. Only hours after leaving Grace Webb's house, he contacts Grofield, an old fellow thief who originally introduced Zen to the crew. Parker pressures him aggressively for information on Zen's whereabouts. Grofield pretends to know nothing and acts clueless, claiming he has no idea where Zen is. However, he quietly offers a small lead and explains that if Zen is in contact with anyone, it would only be her business partner, who operates out of the neighboring city. Parker wastes no time and pressures Grofield until he gets the Zen's business partner name and address, then immediately heads out on the road.
Just need to ask him about a girl.
Oh, a girl.
She killed everyone on my last job.
Damn.
Later that same night, Zen's business partner named Reggie Riley finishes an evening out with 2 women. After saying goodbye, he gets into his car and sends his regular driver away. Once Reggie Riley's car merges into traffic, everything changes. The driver suddenly pulls out a gun. Reggie Riley quickly realizes the driver is none other than Parker. Parker makes it clear that this is not a kidnapping. His only goal is extracting information out of him. As long as Reggie Riley cooperates and reveals Zen's location, Parker will cause no harm to him. Reggie Riley panics but insists he knows nothing useful. He explains that Zen never stays in one place and keeps everyone in the dark. She operates like a ghost.
Zen.
I only done business with her a few times. She's like a commando. I told Zen to stay the fuck away from me.
Parker prepares to push harder, but before he can continue, the car is violently slammed from the side. Just then, another vehicle crashes into them at full speed. Within seconds, several more cars surround them, blocking every escape route. Several armed men jump out from the cars. These men are Zen's private security team, who have been secretly tailing Reggie Riley. Realizing he is badly outnumbered, Parker switches tactics. He pretends to be knocked unconscious during the crash. Zen's men move in confidently, assuming the threat is neutralized. The moment they let their guard down, Parker explodes into action. He launches a fast and brutal counterattack using surprise, precision, and their overconfidence against them. One by one, he takes them out in close combat until every man is down. When the fight ends, Parker notices one man is still alive. He shoots the man in the leg to force compliance, then drags him into one of the vehicles and drives off. During the escape, Parker makes the situation clear. The man's survival depends entirely on leading him straight to Zen. With no other option, the wounded man complies. The story then shifts to Zen, who is relaxed and confident, meeting with a new business partner to plan her next big move. She is already focused on a much larger operation. That calm shatters when Parker suddenly crashes into the meeting location. He storms in there, immediately taking control of everything and aiming his weapon directly at Zen. His demand is simple. He wants the money Zen stole after betraying him and the entire crew. Zen remains unfazed and casually remarks the money is gone as she wasted it during her escape. Before Parker can force more details, Zen's new business partner foolishly steps in, trying to interfere. However, Parker reacts instantly and eliminates him without hesitation. This move irritates Zen, as her new business partner was essential to her future plans.
I needed him alive, you idiot! All the money, fucking wasted.
Zen then reveals the true reason she is so composed. She explains that she and her new business partner were planning a massive job, far bigger than anything Parker has ever seen. The potential payoff is an astonishing $500 million. Parker remains focused and unimpressed because he is not interested in new schemes. His priority is still the stolen money and settling old scores. Seeing Parker's resolve, Zen shifts tactics and pitches survival through cooperation. She urges Parker to join the operation, insisting that past betrayals are irrelevant. She promises loyalty and guarantees that if the job succeeds, she will repay him many times over. Parker demands to know what kind of target could be worth that amount. Zen finally lays out the plan and reveals everything. Months earlier, a legendary treasure was recovered from the ocean near the New Jersey coast. The centerpiece of the find is an ancient statue from the 15th century, a highly valuable treasure. The statue is covered in intricate metalwork and rumored to be filled with rare diamonds. Private collectors already value it at $500 million. The statue is not under U.S. government control. Instead, it belongs to a corrupt foreign president named De La Paz. The artifact is scheduled to be displayed publicly in New York in just 2 days. Zen reveals the deeper secret that De La Paz has hired a powerful crime syndicate, known as the Outfit, to steal the statue during the exhibition. The plan allows De La Paz to reclaim the statue and sell it privately, dividing the scores with the crime. But Zen's counterplan is bold and dangerous. Instead of stealing from the exhibition, they will steal the statue from the Outfit during the robbery itself. After doing so, they will disappear with the treasure before anyone realizes what happened.
We're gonna rob an entire country.
How?
Something called the Outfit.
Parker recognizes the scale and complexity of the operation. The payout is massive, and the challenge appeals to his professional instincts. After careful thought, he agrees to cooperate with Zen. He puts on hold on revenge, at least for now, and shifts his focus to pulling off the biggest heist of his life. The uneasy alliance is sealed, and both Parker and Zen immediately begin recruiting a new crew. The story then shifts to the true antagonists, a seasoned crime boss named Lozini, the leader of the Outfit, one of New York's most feared criminal organizations. He meets with his Kincaid as they carefully plan their own theft of the statue. Their partnership with De La Paz is confirmed, and their goal is clear. They intend to steal the statue during the exhibition and cash in on its enormous value.
Big prize, top 500 mil.
The following day, Parker and Zen regroup at a temporary headquarters to assemble their team. Zen brings in several new recruits, believing more manpower increases success. Parker strongly disagrees as he values skill and trust over numbers and brings only one person into the fold, his longtime business partner Grofield, a master of disguises and theatrical deception. With the team assembled, they dive into planning. One of Zen's recruits suggests creating a fake statue to swap with the original during the exhibition.
We're crafting a replica of the Blessed Lady to switch it with the original.
While classic, the idea is overly complicated, so Parker shuts it down immediately. He clarifies the core strategy. Their target is not the heavily guarded exhibition. Their goal is to steal the statue directly from the outfit during their own robbery. The operation moves forward under Parker's strict, calculated approach as the clock ticks down toward destruction. It becomes obvious that Parker is the only person who truly understands how to pull off a layered heist that targets another criminal operation. Zen realizes she lacks the experience needed for this level of planning. Accepting that reality, she steps aside and hands full control of the crew and strategy over to Parker. From that moment on, Parker runs everything. Parker immediately outlines the first essential move. They must learn the outfit's exact plan for transporting the statue after it is stolen. Zen proposes a bold but dangerous approach, breaking into the home of Kincaid to steal the outfit's master files. Parker approves without hesitation, and the mission is set in motion. That night, Parker infiltrates Kincaid's house alone while the rest of the crew monitors from a distance. Kincaid happens to be away, allowing Parker to search freely. He moves room by room, tearing through drawers, safes, and hidden compartments. After a tense search, he finally uncovers what he needs. The files contain critical information, including the exact escape and transport route planned for the statue. As Parker prepares to leave, the situation suddenly turns dangerous. Kincaid unexpectedly returns home and catches Parker in the act. The two of them clash immediately in a brutal close-quarters fight. Parker remains calm and efficient, using skill and precision to overpower Kincaid. He knocks him down hard, leaving him seriously injured but alive. Parker escapes the house with the stolen files. Outside, Zen and Grofield meet Parker, and the team quickly retreats to their headquarters. After that, they begin analyzing the stolen data. The information confirms everything they hoped for. Back at Kincaid's house, he is discovered alive, injured, but breathing. His survival soon brings Lozini to his side. Kincaid reveals that Parker is responsible for the break-in and the stolen files.
We found Parker instead. Clearly, he's here.
The name Parker instantly alarms Lozini. The two of them share a violent history and are long-standing enemies. Lozini immediately understands that this is not a random intrusion. Parker is clearly planning a major move against the outfit. Back at headquarters, Parker and the crew study the files in detail. They learn that after stealing the statue, the outfit plans to transport it using an automated underground garbage train. Parker immediately spots the opportunity. He explains that their operation begins only after the outfit completes the theft. Once the statue is loaded onto the train, that is when they strike. With the plan locked in, Parker assigns roles to the crew members. Zen has already recruited additional specialists. Two married thieves, Ed Mackey and Brenda Mackey, are given one of the most critical tasks. Disguised as transit workers, they will take control of the train system and neutralize the outfit's insider. Grofield is assigned to sabotage the track by disabling the automated safety brakes, ensuring the train cannot stop.
It jumps the track, crashes down here. We move in quick, grab the boxes, including the big one. We should have 10 full minutes to load it up, get going. Questions?
Stan Devers is tasked with securing a large truck for extraction after the derailment. Parker, Zen, and the remaining crew will wait at the crash site to recover the statue and escape. Confident that everyone understands their role, Parker orders the team to rest. The plan is scheduled to begin the next afternoon. Just as Parker settles down, everything changes. He receives an unexpected call from Lozini himself. The crime boss makes it clear that he knows Parker is interfering in his business. He openly acknowledges their shared past and admits regret over not killing Parker years earlier.
I should have put you down 3 years ago. Gave you a pass. The heist. It's not tomorrow. It's now. You lose.
Then Lozini delivers the real blow. He announces that the statue heist has been moved forward to that very night. The outfit is already in motion. The plan is suddenly on the verge of collapse. Parker and Zen react instantly, rushing to mobilize the team. Parker contacts Grofield first and orders immediate action. There is no time to adjust or rethink. The heist is happening right now. The crew scrambles to their positions. Ed Mackey and Brenda Mackey move fast, putting on their transit uniforms and infiltrating the control systems. They successfully take control of the automated garbage train network. At the same time, Stan Devers steals the heavy truck needed for transport. Grofield reaches the tracks and works under extreme pressure to disable the safety brakes, ensuring the train cannot stop once it begins moving. Parker and Zen drive toward the predicted crash site. Meanwhile, the outfit executes their own plan flawlessly. They steal the statue and load it onto the underground train. With Ed Mackey and Brenda Mackey controlling the system, the train accelerates rapidly through the tunnels. The train passes the intended derailment point without crashing. Something goes wrong and the sabotage fails, and the train continues at full speed toward the city. Parker and Zen immediately realize the danger and give chase by car. The runaway train barrels through the underground system and emerges onto an elevated section of track. At a sharp curve, the train finally loses control. It tips sideways and crashes violently onto the street below. Parker and Zen arrive moments later, with Grofield close behind. They rush into the wreckage and begin searching frantically for the statue. After digging through debris, they find a large crate that appears to match the statue's container. They force it open, expecting victory. Instead, they find only rocks inside it. The realization hits instantly. The statue was never on the train. Lozini anticipated the move and baited them into a trap. The derailment was a distraction, and the real treasure is elsewhere. Before Parker can react, outfit enforcers show up from hiding and launch a sudden attack. The trap snaps shut, leaving Parker and his crew surrounded and under fire. As the consequences of Lozini's deception finally explode into chaos, sirens close in, forcing Parker, Grofield, and Zen to abandon the heist and escape.
Come on, let's go.
The next day, the crew regroups at headquarters, bruised and frustrated. The failure hangs heavy, but Parker refuses to quit. He refocuses the team on the source of the mob's information. Parker and Grofield arrive at Kincaid's high-rise dressed as police officers. When the door opens, they overpower the guard inside and secure the apartment. They move quickly to the bedroom, where Kincaid is resting. Parker corners him immediately, but the terrified Kincaid collapses from fear before giving up anything useful. With their main source unconscious, Grofield turns to Kincaid's girlfriend, who is also present there. Under pressure, she breaks and reveals that the statue has already been sold to a billionaire named Phineas Paul. She also reveals that Phineas Paul is currently eating at a high-end Italian steakhouse. Parker and Grofield drop the disguises and rush to the restaurant. They spot Phineas Paul at a table and confront him directly. Phineas Paul responds with arrogance and disrespect, underestimating Parker. The situation turns violent in an instant. Parker kills Phineas Paul's companion, and the shock strips away Phineas Paul's confidence. Parker drags Phineas Paul out and forces him into a waiting car. Then, he brings him to Zen and Grofield for interrogation.
I don't have her. Not yet. I know where they're keeping her.
Wait, now we gotta fuck with a mat, man. What are you talking about?
With his life clearly in danger, Phineas Paul reveals everything he knows. He admits that he bought the statue, but it is being stored in a private, high-security vault at the Greenbrook facility. He explains that the statue is scheduled for transport to his home the next morning under heavy protection. Parker pushes for specifics, knowing the facility contains 3 vaults. Paul confirms that the statue is in vault number 1. With the information secured, Parker chooses immediate action. Stan Deaver stays behind to watch Phineas Paul, while Parker, Grofield, and Zen head straight for the vault. An hour later, 2 guards patrol the Greenbrook facility during the night shift. On their monitors, they notice a car crash just outside the main gate. One guard rushes out to investigate. The other guard never sees the attack coming. Grofield and Zen slip inside during the distraction and take him down. Parker follows and moves directly toward vault number 1. He breaks in with ease and retrieves what appears to be the statue. At the same time, everything falls apart elsewhere. Stan Devers drinks heavily while guarding Phineas Paul and becomes completely unstable. Phineas Paul takes advantage of the situation and escapes from there. He flags down a passing car and convinces the driver to let him use a phone. Phineas Paul contacts Lozini to reveal that Parker and his crew are inside the Greenbrook facility stealing the statue. The news ignites Lozini's rage. He mobilizes his men and storms toward the vault. Lozini and his enforcers reach the facility and confirm the worst. Vault number 1 has been breached and the statue is gone. They spot a car speeding away from the back lot, now carrying the crate. A brutal chase erupts through the city streets. Gunfire fills the night as Parker weaves through traffic, but Lozini's men coordinate their attack with precision. They disable the vehicle and recover the statue. Victorious, Lozini moves fast to complete the deal. He orders immediate delivery to Phineas Paul's home. When the crate arrives, Phineas Paul opens it and instantly realizes something is wrong. The statue inside is a fake. Furious, Phineas Paul refuses to transfer any money. Lozini is stunned and confused, fully believing his enforcers recovered the real treasure. With no clear answers, he orders his men to turn around and rush back to the Greenbrook facility, hoping the real statue is still there. Back at the Greenbrook facility, Parker, Grofield, and Zen are already deep into the real plan. Parker has figured out that the facility's security setup is flawed and intentionally misleading. Vault number 1 is a decoy. The true vault is elsewhere. Parker has manipulated events perfectly, sending Lozini chasing a replica while the real prize remains untouched. The team breaches the correct vault and finally stands before the genuine statue, glittering with priceless diamonds. Parker rigs explosives onto the statue while Grofield and Zen step away to contact the driver. Before they can leave, Lozini and his heavily armed enforcers storm in and surround Parker. Despite the standoff, Lozini shows respect for Parker's intelligence. Parker acknowledges Lozini's own skill, recognizing the earlier train ambush as a smart move. The confrontation reaches its peak when Parker reveals the detonator in his hand. He has wired the entire statue with explosives, ready to destroy it along with its diamonds. Lozini panics and abandons his bravado. He offers a profit split to save the statue. Parker refuses without hesitation. He understands that the statue only brings endless violence and greed. With no further delay, Parker triggers the explosives. The treasured statue is obliterated in a massive blast. When the smoke clears, Lozini somehow survives, badly injured. Parker finishes him and walks away without looking back. The next day, the remaining crew gathers. Zen is noticeably absent. The group is furious and devastated, believing Parker destroyed $500 million. Parker lets them vent until they are finished. Then he pulls out a bag filled with rare diamonds and gemstones. Before destroying the statue, he carefully removed its most valuable stones. He explains that the statue itself was a curse, and destroying it prevents future bloodshed. The remaining wealth is divided evenly among the crew. Parker has one last task to complete. He goes to Zen's apartment, where she waits for him. Zen appears relieved and supportive, believing the destruction of the statue was the right choice. Parker remains cold and focused. He still carries a promise made to Grace Webb, the widow of Philly Webb, to avenge her husband's death. Zen begs for mercy and tries to justify her actions, insisting she has already suffered enough. Parker refuses to break his word. He kills Zen, fulfilling his vow and bringing the violent chain of events to its final end.